Welcome to the Sideshow. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Thought I'd give a quick update on the Tamiya 1966 Volkswagen and 124 scale. I am up to step 8 finally, so I'm about halfway through the build, I guess. This is where you start building the interior, the back of the tub, the front of the tub. I'm pretty much following the directions as best I can with the colors, but there are certain things that I'm not interested in, like the steering wheel is supposed to be white. I don't want a white steering wheel. I'm going to have the steering wheel match the body color. I don't believe this light green would have been a standard color for the Volkswagen. And while I haven't got the front finished yet, I do have the back pretty much in place. So the seat, the back of the seat is black. I've got the little black floor panels there. This area here, I believe, is also supposed to be the same color as the seat. This is supposed to be black also. I'm just going to leave that green. I like it better green. Yeah, I like it better green, so I'm just going to leave it that way. I think this was supposed to be black as well. I'm leaving it green. I might put some stuff up there, but I like the green instead of black. It's not going to be exactly the way the instructions said. I finished building the rest of the engine, so that was actually step 9, putting the engine together. I had a problem with one of the hoses here. Do I have something better to point with? One of the hoses here, if you look closely, you can see, well, let's see if we can look closely. Might be a little better. It just did not fit right. And that has to do something with whenever I got everything assembled. It just was not a perfect fit. So it's close enough. And that's the way it is going to be with a lot of this, is it's going to just be close enough. I've started touching up painting on the engine so that it'll look a little bit better. Got to find out. I don't know if the muffler here is steel. I'm assuming it is, in which case I'll probably give it a little bit of rust on there and blacken it up a little bit too. This is not like a showroom piece. This is going to be more like a Volkswagen that is actually used. Just happens to be painted green. So that's the way I'm going with it. I screwed up a little bit on the front here. I'm not crazy about these these parts should not have been molded in. Sorry, Tamiya. These should have been actually parts that could have been glued on there, the little bottles and stuff. I initially painted them black, and then I looked at the instructions and they're white. I think one of them is probably for brake fluid, and the other one might be for like washer fluid or something like that. So could they have been a different color? I guess so. They were supposed to be white with black caps, so I've got to paint the caps black. I've got to put the fuel cap on the gas, the fuel tank here. Most of that's going to be hidden, I hope, by the steering wheel. Not crazy about how well it's painted, but it's painted good enough. I haven't assembled this part yet. I still got to glue this on. You'll notice there is a definite gap there, and that is supposed to be there. There's the dash. This is one of those things where I wish they would have given a decal for the speedometer. That would have been a lot easier. It's painted, once again, good enough, at least good enough for me. Got the chrome silver line going across the thing, and then colored things the way I felt like doing it. So you've got a little bit of silver, a little bit of white in for the radio, and then all the buttons are black. I haven't put the little grab handle on there yet. I'm thinking I'll probably make that black and put that on there like that. Yeah, you'll see almost everything is going to be this light green and then black. I got the bottom done here, so all that stuff. I do still need to paint the little knobs. One of them I think is white and the other one is black, or one of them is white and one of them's red. So I have to paint those and get the seats in. The back of the seats, do I have them? I do have them somewhere. Oh, before I get to the back of the seats, here's the door sides. You got a black with the green around the edges, and then I got a green handle here, and then the silver parts. I got to do a little touch up there. I'll do the touch up before I glue this in place, and then I painted the little pouch on the bottom here a dark gray instead of black. Got to do some more touching up here. The black going over the white is just not covering as well as I'd hoped, and just get the more fix up a little bit of trim around there. Here's the steering wheel and the shaft for it. This is supposed to be black. The steering wheel is supposed to be white with black on the outside. I'm going to paint the center black, but leave the steering wheel green, and then the horn, I'm leaving that chrome silver like that. And now where are those seats at? The back of the seats. I got them somewhere, honest. This is where I'll be editing something out. Okay, painted the back of the seats the same color as the green of the interior, and I think that's going to look really nice with the black seats. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the seats the black that they come molded in. They look good in the molding, and I'm just going to maybe give them a clear coat or something, but that's about it. And then you're going to have the back of the seat in the green. Oh great, that one broke a little bit. I'll have to find the piece and glue it together. But yeah, that's how it's coming. First piece that is actually broken. Now I've got to find that. It's probably in the box. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now, and well, stick around in a minute. I will show you how it all came together. Okay, I was looking ahead at the instructions, thankfully, because I was looking at getting this in place and thinking once that was in place, it's going to be a lot harder to get the seats in place, especially if the steering wheel is on and everything. In any case, as I was looking at it, step 10 is where you're actually putting the seats inside the interior. And if you notice here, you've got two different bottoms for the seats. You got C21, which is the driver's seat, and then C46. And C46 actually has a little stump there, like what you saw on the what I thought was a broken seat, but it's not broken. That's actually the way it's molded. So if you get it and you're looking at it and go, hey, why is that broken? It's because it's needed that way for the seat to fit. So you see, this is the driver's seat, and it sits down. When you put in the driver's seat, that little nub is down below onto the ground. If I can get it to sit there. I haven't glued it yet, but you see how it is? It doesn't hit the tonneau cover there. It's on the side of the tonneau cover for the driver's seat. However, the passenger side is narrower, and because of that, when you put the seat in, and I'm guessing this is the way it is on an actual Volkswagen too, that part of the seat, zoom in again, can you see it there? It's actually resting on the tonneau cover. So that side is much closer to the center. So it'll actually hit that way, and that's why that one part looks like it's broken, but it's not really broken. Any case, need to go back to trying to build now. While I usually do try and build in order, it's always a good idea to look ahead, because sometimes when you look ahead, you realize that, man, trying to get those seats on with the steering wheel in place, and it could just be more problematic than it's worth. So that's what I did, and I'm glad I did. And then after that, we're looking at exterior trim and all this other stuff, so it's not that big a deal. I think I will put this on now before I get all that interior in. That's going to be tricky to put on, especially if it's going to be loose or anything. And then we got the glass to go, the hood, the trunk. I'm sorry, the engine hood, the trunk, and then even more trim and such. It's interesting. Hold with cellophane tape. Why would you hold it with cellophane tape? Oh, hold with cellophane tape when you're putting it together because you're going to glue the body together, and that way this will open and close. All right, I got it there. And lots of other trim. What I like about this is if you notice you've got a square rear view mirror and then a round rear view mirror on the opposite side, and I think that was probably an optional mirror at the time. Anyway, let's get back to building. Okay, I guess I'm putting both of these parts together. I shot the first part about 3 or 4 days ago. I've got the steering wheel added to the dash now. The way the instructions show this to go is you're supposed to kind of glue these two parts together and then glue all that to the front here. You know, so this is all together in one piece and getting glued down here. And I'm kind of weary about doing that. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I'm afraid if I do that, I'm going to end up with some serious gapping here at the front of the, the trunk of the Volkswagen. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait on gluing this part to the lower dash here. And that's mainly because I want to make sure I've got a good fit up front here. And so what I might end up doing is actually assembling this into the trunk of the Volkswagen so that if I remove the top, this whole section will come with it. We'll see how that goes. It really looks like the way you build this, you're not going to be able to remove the top though. But either way, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier to attach this correctly to the interior portion, the tub of the Volkswagen. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attach this like so, glue this in place here rather than onto the other part and then kind of glue it all down at the same time. I just got a feeling that's going to work easier for me. Yeah, you can see the seats there. They came out pretty well. Unfortunately, not sure if you can see it there, but and I hopefully once you get it, I have it all built, you won't be able to see it. But there's a little bit of white you can see on the back of the rear seat here. I knew I should have painted the entire back of it, but I just didn't do that. Got the engine done about as good as I'm going to do it. I think I might get an extra coat of the light green on top of the oil filter there. Instead of painting the distributor red, I painted it green too. I'm having a few things match the body, so the minor little details, so that well, come on, I don't believe this green was ever used on a Volkswagen, so there is a little bit of custom work going on with it, but nothing dramatic. There's no major changes to it or anything. Just a different color to it. But I have the doors now done now. I've touched up the black and everything. Might have to do a little more touching up with the green. I'll do that once I get it in place to see if you can actually see it or not. And so my next step is to get the dashboard attached and the door interiors on there, on the side there, and see how well it looks then. Be right back. Oh, see my little family of rat finks. And so I've got the tub finished now, and I haven't glued this in place yet, but it does seem to fit pretty well. Let's see there, take it off. That's what I've gone so far to do. I almost forgot to attach the grab handle there. I actually ended up having to put it on after I got the doors in place and everything, but that was one of the easier things to actually attach. I was kind of surprised. That went right into place, fit really well. And And you can see a lot of the interior you're not going to be able to see, especially once you get the body on. And like I mentioned, the way this is building, it looks like it's not something where you're going to be able to take it apart. You'll just be able to see the engine by opening up the engine deck, and then you'll be able to see the trunk area by opening up the trunk lid, which is in front. Anyway, we all know that. It's definitely starting to look like a Volkswagen, and really, I think the next step is like putting the tires together, and then getting the tires on the bottom, and then getting the glass in, and then finishing out the trim. I'm starting step 11 next. 7 steps to go, 11 through 17. And I will be able to glue that in place pretty soon too. As for these little guys, I showed them a minute ago. I got these in the mail just today. They're little rat finks, supposedly 1/24 scale. I don't know. In any case, they're like, I'm not sure if they're 3D printed resin or what, but they're pretty cool. I'm relatively impressed with the quality of how they came out. I got those from the same guy that was selling these things, and these are something I'm going to be using on another Tom Daniel kit. I actually got 2 sets of these. There were 4 of these, 2 for the front, 2 for the back wheels in the kit, and they look pretty cool to me. I like that. Let's see here. I hope I got the right ones. Do I have I was worried for a moment, but I didn't need to be. These are both for the left side of the vehicle, one in the front, one in the back, and then there's 2 for the right side of the vehicle. Again, one for the front, one for the back. I'm actually going to be making half tracks with them, so I only needed 2 of these. But now I have enough for 2 vehicles, so I might be able to do this on 2 occasions, which would be pretty cool. I think that's going to be really neat. And it will be something I'm going to be using to modify a Tom Daniel kit with. But that's something in the near future. Part of the larger Circus Side-Show that I'm working on. Yeah, I'm making an entire circus ground of hot rods, or show cars, really. And that's why the rat finks will come in handy too. This one I'm going to be modifying. The bigger one I'm going to be modifying. But these things, these cute little ones, those are just going to be fun. Hopefully I still have the knack to, or enough patience with myself to actually paint these little guys. Those are like 25 millimeter figures. I used to paint 25 millimeters all the time. So here's a 25 millimeter goblin I painted back when I was, well, this is like 40 years ago probably. I painted this little guy. Pretty cool. Back when I was in the Dungeons and Dragons, and he's about the same size, so I think I should be able to handle this guy. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked now, but you can see that I'm guessing everyone out there works on more than one model at a time. But this is coming along real well, and I'm hoping to have it done in, like I said, by Groundhog's Day. And to tell you the truth, I think I'm ahead of schedule.
Thank you for visiting Toby's Sideshow of Scale Styrene. If you liked what you saw, please consider giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment. Share it with your friends, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up online. Thanks again for visiting, and see you soon.